So, clutch. We haven't seen much of it. We really haven't. But in the little bit of footage and the screenshots that we've got of the game, I can safely say that there are some cars that I've confirmed to be in the game. And that's what I'm going to go through in this video. So across the footage and the screenshots that we have seen of Clutch, I've identified 25 cars that are confirmed to be in the game, and there is one that I genuinely do not know what it is. So if you can help me out in the comments, you might be able to give a better idea of what the car is, because I genuinely couldn't figure it out. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into the video. So the first car that we see in this trailer is the Porsche 911 GT3 SC. Now I'm not going to lie, this one took me a tiny bit of research because I knew it was a 911, I knew it was a GT3, I just wasn't sure what it was. Like, it looked a little bit different to me, so it took a little bit of research. But yeah, this is a 911 GT3 S/C.
So Clutch is the story of a pair of sibling racing prodigies competing in the R1K racing series. The R1K is a prestigious and historic...
Alright, so here we've got a bunch of racing cars, and they seem to be of the Aston Martin Vantage and the Porsche Cayman GT4, all with different racing liveries.
...series that's been the proving ground of the world's best drivers for 100 years.
And there we have confirmation, absolute confirmation of both the Aston Martin Vantage and the Porsche Cayman GT4 just seconds earlier. Okay, so here we have what I think is another Porsche Cayman. Now, I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure that this is a Porsche Cayman.
Of car enthusiasts who don't care about...
Alright, I'm not sure if anyone else spotted this, but if you look closely, there is a Porsche Carrera GT in this trailer. Confirmation of the Porsche Carrera GT in Clutch.
the money.
Would you look at that? An Audi RS3. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say that this is 100% an Audi RS3, but if you compare this in the trailer and the real life car, it makes sense. The taillights are very much like that of an RS3. The rear side pillar is also that of an RS3. And also, if you look on the side as well, the kind of little indent, that is also from an RS3. So I can kind of say, not with certainty, but I do think that this is an Audi RS3.
And the fame of the R1.
Alright, so we got 4 cars in this scene right here. On the right, in the yellow, we got the Renault Megane R26. On the left, we got, obviously, the legendary Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. In front, the red car is an Alfa Romeo 4C. And then on the left, the blue car is obviously a Subaru Impreza RX STI. I'm pretty sure this is 2006, the Hellcat model.
Okay, they care.
Would you look at that? Another racing legend. I'm pretty sure we can all see, even though the car isn't in full shot, I'm pretty sure we can all see that that is a BMW M3 GTR. Now, obviously, they've put this in most likely for nostalgia bait for people that absolutely love Need for Speed, but this is really cool to see.
About the love of driving and the raw.
Okay, so here we have 4 more new cars to talk about. So obviously we have the M3 GTR, which I'm not going to touch on because we already spoke about that. But from left to right, on the left we have the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R. Next up we have the yellow. Also, I'm pretty sure that's a Megane RS, Renault Megane RS. I know it's a 2020s model, but I can't quite put my finger on which one. I know it's one of the newer models. And then the light blue car behind the BMW M3 GTR is a Porsche Boxster. Again, I'm not quite sure which year. I think it might be 2003. And then on the right, the green car is a Mark 1 Ford Focus RS. Now, I thought this might have been an ST, but I did some research, and looking at the Ford Focus RS, the Mark 1, the front bumpers match up perfectly. So that is a Mark 1 Ford Focus RS. Unbelievable.
Thrill of speed.
Now, this isn't exactly a car per se, but here we do have confirmation that there will be nitrous in clutch. So that's good to see. Alright, the fifth confirmed Porsche is a Porsche 911/930 Turbo. And can I just say as well, right here, this game looks unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Like visuals, this game looks outstanding. But that's besides the point. Anyway, this is a Porsche 911/930 Turbo.
Every exterior curve.
So here we have another shot of the Nissan Skyline R34 and slightly the Porsche 911/930 Turbo. But in the center of it all, we have the BMW 850 CSI. Iconic. Iconic.
Every fleck of paint, every interior stitch, every groove of time.
I know I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. This game looks outstanding. I'm not even exaggerating here. This is one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Forget racing games. I'm on about games in general. This game looks amazing.
They were recreated perfectly. And on older cars, there'll be signs of wear, signs of love, signs that the cars have actually been driven, been on an adventure.
Alright, so here we have the Lotus Emira. Honestly, I think the Lotus Emira is one of the best looking cars of modern times, man. I'm so serious. Like, the Lotus designers, they were in flow state when they designed this car. This car is beautiful.
But all of this, it's not just a static presentation. A part of the joy of car ownership is that sense of connection between the car and the driver. And that's
so the first SUV that we're seeing to be confirmed in the game is the Land Rover Defender. Interesting pick. Just a quick side note, I know that this particular scene in the trailer is about customization. Now, I'm not going to be speaking on that too much in this video. I will probably make a separate video speaking about the customization, because it's definitely it definitely looks interesting.
That's why we've pushed to set a new benchmark in car customization. From the options you'd select when you're speccing out a brand new car, to those aftermarket parts that allow it to become that true one of one.
Another JDM icon, this time the Nissan 350Z. Now, I did say that I wasn't going to talk about the customization too much, so I'm not, but I am going to say this. I hope that this isn't the full extent of the customization that they have to offer.
Now, we talked about the R1K and the Midnight Collective, but in the early part of our game, our hero gets himself into a spot of trouble. A spot of trouble that leads him to look up the services of a fixer. And in doing so, we smash open the doors to the underworld beneath the glitz and the glamour of the R1K.
Okay, so here we actually have two cars to talk about. First of all, we have the beautiful Aston Martin Vanquish in a beautiful dark red. It looks unbelievable. I know this is just a rear shot, but the car itself is just beautiful. And second of all, we have the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. Now, I know this is a police car, but the reason I'm talking about this is because there could be a chance. I mean, it's a small chance, but even though it's a police car, can we select it as a car to drive for ourselves, and customize and have as our own personal vehicle? Who knows? We've already seen one SUV. There could be more. Who knows? But yeah, that is 2 more confirmed cars. And yeah, the second Aston Martin in the trailer.
R1K. And whether it's in a high-speed getaway or if you're just out exploring this beautiful open world, Clutch Tech mods add new ways to move through the world at speed.
I know that this video is about the cars, but I could not resist talking about this scene. I know a lot of people are iffy on, the weapons and stuff. I don't even, Clutch Tech, the harpoons and stuff. Me, I love it. Love it. I am such a massive fan of stuff like this, man. I mean, it's clear that this is, it's going to be an arcade game, and just make it as unrealistic as possible. I don't even care. I love this stuff.
And if you want to see some more of Clutch, check out our channel for the Clutch trailer, which reveals the location the game is set in, as well as the stars of our cast. But for now, check all our channels, follow us everywhere. I love you all. See you next time. Goodbye.
So that was the first trailer, the reveal trailer, and you know what? There's some really good cars in there. But guess what? We're not finished, because now we're on to the second trailer. I think this is the announcement trailer. So here we get the first bit of confirmation of the location, that is Monaco. And in this particular shot you can see 2 cars. At the forefront you can see the 911 GT3 S/C that the main character was driving in, but in the back you can see what? A Lamborghini Diablo SV. The first Lamborghini that we're seeing across both trailers. Legendary. Do you remember at the start of the video when I said that there was one car in this video that I just could not figure out for the life of me? Yeah, it's this. I genuinely paused it. I zoomed in so much I could not figure out what this car was. At first I thought maybe it was a Camaro, a new gen Camaro, but it's too long to be a Camaro. And for the life of me I could not figure this one out. So if you can get it in the comments, man, let me know what is this car, because I was stumped. And here's another shot of the car. This is probably a better angle because it's a race-sided angle and lets you get a look at the taillights. But even looking at this shot, I genuinely still could not figure out what this car was. It had me stumped, man. So yeah, if you can figure out what this car is, let me know in the comments, because I could not figure it out for the life of me.
2 drivers dead. 3 more in intensive care.
I'm done. My friend said you can help me.
Some people are meant to be outlaws, Theo. Think about it.
I did all that for you to get out of trouble. Now I'm in deeper than when I started.
I think we all know why they put this livery on the M3 GTR, right? Okay, just checking.
I can't be taking risks like this. I'm a lead driver in the R1K.
Okay, so here we have, behind the main character is of course a Cayman GT4 with a racing livery that we've seen throughout the trailers. But to the right we have a BMW M5 E39. Now obviously if you're watching the trailer in real time you probably won't have seen it, but I've scrubbed through it a few times, and that front end to me is almost unmistakable for the M5 E39. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of the BMWs from that era have similar looking front ends, but the grille and the whole front bumper is almost unmistakable from the M5 E39. So that I can confirm with 99% accuracy is the M5 E39.
I've tried to help you.
A Jeep Wrangler. This is the third SUV if you want to count the police Alfa Romeo. This is the third SUV in the game, and this shot is actually quite interesting because it looks like we're going to be getting to do some off-roading. So that is so cool.
I'm not going to jail for you.
Guys, we have a Hellcat. The first muscle car that we've seen across the two trailers is a Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Or is it a Charger? One of the two. I can't remember. Anyway, the Hellcat is in the game. That is confirmed. Those headlights, the front bumper, that is unmistakable. It cannot be anything else. And last, but certainly not least, the last car that we are seeing to be confirmed so far in Clutch is the Aston Martin Valhalla. What a machine. So that is all the cars that we have seen so far across the two trailers in Clutch, and I've got to say, there's some really good cars in there, man. There's some cars that I wouldn't have expected to see in this game, definitely. For me, the Focus RS Mark 1, that's definitely one that I wouldn't have expected to see. The Porsche Boxster as well, and there's a few, man. So yeah, I'm honestly excited to, going forward at least, to see what other cars they have in this, included in this game, you know, in other trailers and screenshots. Going forward, I'm really looking forward to see what other cars they have in store for us, because this first two trailers that they showed, man, really promising. Really promising. But yeah, man, that's going to be it from me. That's all the cars confirmed so far. I'm sure we'll see more and more in the coming weeks. As you can see, the release date is spring 2027, so we've got quite a lot of time, and I'm sure in that time period we're going to see a lot more stuff, and we'll start to gain a bigger picture of like the extent of what cars are in the game. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, Mad J Man, signing out. Thanks for watching.